the efforts exerted by the state in order to provide the basic commodities and goods at reasonable prices ahead of Ramadan holy month. And to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phone with our dear guest, Mr. Abdul Latif Wahba, the journalist and specialized in the Prime Ministry affairs. Good morning, sir. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, sir, could you give us an idea about the efforts that are exerted by the state in order to provide the basic commodities at reasonable prices, especially before the holy month of Ramadan? And let's start with the initiative of We Are All One exhibition, which started months and months ago and was going to end by the end of January, and they extended its time, and the state said after this, or announced that it's going to last until the last day of Ramadan and after the feast, in order to provide the citizens with commodities at reasonable prices.
I think the government, the cabinet, does a great effort to save the main commodities for the Egyptian family. And as you mentioned, not only for Ramadan, but if we remember exactly that the government took pre-steps during the last or 3 months, especially after the increase of the side effects and the repercussions of the world economic crisis. They imported many, the government imported the basic commodities like vegetable oils, like wheat and so on. This is, of course, to save the main commodities for the Egyptians during also the holy month of Ramadan. And we have to notice that during this month, the family consumptions from the basic commodities increased to the highest level if we compare this with the other months of the year. During the last period, Egypt had a strategic stockpiles of the main commodities like sugar that is sufficient for about 5 or 6 months, and also vegetable oils for over 4 months, and also the wheat for over 4 months. Although that the government will start the local purchasing season from local farmers, and they are targeting to buy about 4 million tons. This is one. On the other hand, that the government established many markets on all the Egyptian provinces, and also the National Service of the Egyptian Army also established convoys for the main basic commodities in many different places, and also in the other provinces. This is, of course, to provide and to offer these goods and the commodities for the Egyptian people or for the Egyptian families. And during the last period, as you noticed, also the Minister of Supply and also of Agriculture launched many exhibitions for the food commodities in many different places, especially Greater Cairo, Giza, and Cairo.
Yes, Mr. Wahba, now the exhibitions of and initiatives of We Are All One and Ahlan Ramadan are providing all the necessity products for the citizens. What are the main essential commodities that are being provided in these exhibitions for the citizens? Could you name some of the commodities, please?
Yeah, let us say first that many social or societal initiatives also played an important role side by side with the government to save and supply the main commodities for some families in the Egyptian provinces, especially. As you know, that non-government organizations also has been in charge for providing this for the needy people and the needy families in some rural areas, especially in Upper Egypt. This is, of course, the social role of the non-governmental organizations to alleviate and to help the people to secure their basic needs before Ramadan and also during the holy months. This is one. And on the others, you know that Egypt, the cabinet also encouraged the non-governmental organizations, and also, as you know, that President Sisi in many occasions held their role in society. I think it is as we say, it is the social tax for the non-governmental organizations. And as you know, that a kind of uncertainty concerning the repercussions of the world crisis, of global crisis, and also of the Russian-Ukrainian conflict. This, of course, leads all the states and the countries in Africa and also in many different places of the world to take some precepts to deal with the crisis, especially after the hike of the imported goods like wheat, like vegetable oils, and so on.
Yes, so Mr. Wahba, how would such initiatives and exhibitions of We're All One and Ahlan Ramadan and other convoys by the armed forces and also the Interior Ministry would reduce the prices and control the market and would have a role in facing the attempts by some merchants to raise the prices, and would let the citizens feel that the state is really taking in consideration providing the basic commodities for all citizens?
As you know, that these initiatives played an equilibrium or a balance in the Egyptian society to not only to decrease the prices, but at least to offer it with the suitable prices for the Egyptian people. And as you said, also Minister of Interior Affairs and also many governmental utility played a role in saving these commodities for the people. Know that during the last period, President Abdul Fattah al-Sisi directed the government to increase the minimum wages, to increase the state employee salaries, and also for
Yes.
decent life,
Yes.
takaful wa karama, and so on.
Yes,
This
yes.
is quite an important role.
Yes, thank you very much for your valuable information, Mr. Abdul Latif Wahba, the journalist specialized in the Prime Ministry Affairs. Thank you very much for joining us over the phone. And with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, The Breakfast Show. I was in the company of my colleague Nermeen Abdurrahman. My name is Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.